Hi, my name is Liz DeVito,
And my name's Nicole Murdoch.
and this is our creative project for AEB 3671.
Our creative project focuses upon food deserts in the United States, and our specific project is a children's narrative that is based in Louisiana.
Lou's Blues. How can a city be so deserted?
On a crisp November afternoon, Lou sat in his humble living room enjoying his usual post-school cartoons and snack. Lou was a sixth grader in Central City, Louisiana, a cutout of New Orleans. He and his family didn't have much, but Lou loved his friends, his school, and right then, his cartoons and his snack.
As his favorite show ended on a nail-biting cliffhanger, the television switched to a family around their kitchen table enjoying a giant, beautiful, shining Thanksgiving turkey. Accompanying the turkey were bowls of mashed potatoes, string beans, salad, yams, stuffing. Later came a pie and ice cream and fresh fruit. Lou had never seen so much food on one table.
The rest of the commercial played out with the supermarket's information and Thanksgiving special prices flashing on the television. Motivated to find out why his Thanksgivings never looked quite like that, Lou found his mom in the kitchen and inquired, "Mom, what are we having for Thanksgiving dinner?"
Feeling surprised and with a tinge of embarrassment, Lou's mom responded, "Honey, I hate to tell you this, but I'm not quite sure. Ever since the engine died on the car, I haven't been able to get to the supermarket. I'll find something good for us to eat. It just might not be what you're looking for."
This made Lou sad. Things were starting to make sense. Maybe that's why we've been eating fast food every night, thought Lou. We can't get to the grocery store because it's all the way in the next town over. This didn't seem fair to Lou, and he decided he would talk about it with his favorite teacher, Mr. Reed, the next day in school.
"Mr. Reed," Lou asked, "why isn't there a grocery store around here? Our car isn't working, and now my mom says that we can't have a real Thanksgiving dinner." Surprised by Lou's question and slightly nervous about how to explain this, Mr. Reed thought for a second about the issue facing his students' community. Central City was a food desert, and everyone knew it. This piece of the city had struggled with post-hurricane recovery, and that largely is reflected in the masses of people living too far to walk to a grocery store, making easy access to nutritious food difficult. Mr. Reed saw an opportunity for education here, and decided Lou could handle it.
Lou, your family is actually just one of the many families that has the same issue. Several cities across the United States are called food deserts, meaning that a large number of people in those cities have trouble accessing adequate food. Unfortunately, New Orleans is one of them.
So why don't we just build a food store?
That's the question everyone's asking, Lou. Building a grocery store takes lots of money, and unfortunately there isn't a lot of that at our disposal. Sometimes it's hard to get the people with the money, the banks, to be convinced that City Center is a good place to put a grocery store, and that they'll make a profit.
Well, then why isn't anyone helping?
The good news is, Lou, that some people are helping actually. Luckily, our government has been paying close attention to how people are eating around the country. President Obama passed a law that gave a lot of money to grocery companies so they could build stores in neighborhoods like ours. That law will also help farming companies deliver foods closer to home and even help towns build neighborhood gardens. In addition, our First Lady, Michelle Obama, has made it her goal to fight against obesity and promote healthy eating, a lot of which works to fight against the food deserts as well.
This all made Lou feel a little more optimistic. He was still sad that he couldn't enjoy the same Thanksgiving experience that many of the other kids could, but at least he knew that there was some hope that one day he would.
So Lou finished out the school day feeling like he could better understand what his mom was talking about. He walked home and, as usual, enjoyed his favorite cartoon and afternoon snack. His mom got home at the usual time, but today something was different. She emerged through the doorway limping and struggling, weighed down by things that Lou hadn't seen in a very long time. Grocery bags.
"Mom! Mom! Do you need help?" Lou exclaimed.
"I got it, honey," Lou's mom laughed. "How does this all look to you?"
Replaying what Mr. Reed told him today at school, Lou was confused and excited at the same time. Just yesterday he was desperately wondering how his family would ever buy food again, and today his mom was bringing home all the food he saw on the television.
Mom, it looks great, but Mr. Reed told me we lived in a desert today and we didn't have any food.
I'm not sure what that means, honey. We live in a city, but whatever you want to call it, a new grocery store just opened up down the street. I've been wondering what that empty building was shaping up to be, but never could I have imagined we'd get someone to build something new around here. It's just great. They're even offering rides home for people who can't walk there. All our neighbors are so excited.
Lou smiled big. He knew what happened, but more importantly, he knew his family would enjoy the best Thanksgiving yet.